welcome to another Threes and TDs. Today we're going to talk about the lottery and the Mavericks winning the lottery, and oh my goodness, just the craziness of the lottery being won by the Mavericks and how shocking it is. Let's get right into it. So my first thoughts are, look, there's a lot of people that are saying the NBA is rigged. For the people that believe that, I can see why they're there. I don't personally believe that the NBA is rigged. I think that the system that the NBA has been playing under when it comes to these teams, I think that needs to change. Now, where did the lottery system start? If we get into it and we start thinking about where it started, this started because the commissioner of the NBA wanted to make tanking not as cool. They wanted to make tanking not as prevalent in the NBA world. The reason why there's a lottery, according to the commissioner, so that teams don't suck on purpose, so they don't automatically get the first pick. The problem with that is that you have teams like the Mavericks, who essentially were in playoff contention all year. They now have the rights to Cooper Flagg, who by all intents and purposes is probably the best prospect that the NBA has had or one of the best in the last 10, 15 years. I mean, he's just phenomenal. When Nico made the trade for Luka, he said it's to win now. I just don't think the system that is at play is fair. Let's fast forward this to, let's say, the NFL. How would you all feel if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, if the Washington Commanders, if any of these teams that made the playoffs have the rights to the first pick? We would be in shambles about it. I think the system has to change. The Utah Jazz, the Washington Wizards, and the Charlotte Hornets, any of those teams deserve the first pick. The Dallas Mavericks did not deserve the first pick. You know, LeBron went on Pat McAfee. LeBron said there was something sus about him going to Cleveland. Or when he left Cleveland, there was something sus about Kyrie landing in Cleveland with the first pick when they had a really low percentage odds of getting the number one pick. Look, there's fan bases that are struggling. There's fan bases that don't like what happened. And to be quite honest, I don't blame them. I don't blame fan bases for being mad and upset that their team didn't get the number one pick when they had more of a right to the number one pick. But this is the system we're in. The NBA commissioner, it doesn't look like, is going to change his mind anytime soon. I get the conspiracy theorists saying there's something off about this because it doesn't seem fair that a team like the Dallas Mavericks, who traded away a generational player like Luka, get the rights to Cooper Flagg. It just doesn't seem fair. It doesn't seem right. The other thing that I wanted to say is the NBA needs to do a better job of marketing the lottery. Why are we having the lottery be on the same night as the Knicks and the Celtics? Why is that a thing? The NFL doesn't do this. The NFL makes a whole weekend of this. They make a whole weekend of this. The NBA lottery is such a popular event. Why not make something of it? Why not make it completely different than a night where the NBA playoffs are going on? I just think there's so many better ways that the NBA can market the lottery. Like the rest of the internet, I was absolutely floored and I was absolutely shocked that the Mavericks got the number one pick. It's shocking. Nico, who everybody in the league thought made one of the worst trades in NBA history, gets rewarded with the number one pick. It's insanity. I don't know what to make of it, except that the system has to change. And we're going to see. We're going to see. Is Dallas going to keep the pick? For years, Dallas has been enamored. I mean, absolutely enamored with Giannis. They love Giannis. Are they going to trade for Giannis now that Giannis has some interest in moving away? I don't know, but it's going to be a really interesting 2 months. I feel for Washington. I feel for my Utah Jazz. I feel for my hometown Charlotte Hornets, who all could have had fantastic nights, but instead Dallas gets the number one pick. Nico Harrison gets let off the hook, and we'll see what happens. So anyways, thank y'all for coming to watch this one, and I'll see y'all in the next one.